So take out your vocabulary books and turn to page number, or list number 22. What the? Interesting. I don't know where my vocab book is. Alright, go ahead and start reading through the words. Okay, starting at the top with aisle. Ready, begin. Aisle, cappuccino, career, competitor, concentrate, continuously, definition, learning, heroes, inoculate, knowledge, later, noble, operations, prevalent, similar, stretch, tomorrow. Good. Okay. So weird. It's probably at home. Or some of you guys stole my spelling book.
Yes, we did. Oh, I did. Guilty.
You did it. It's in your books.
I don't think I brought it home. Oh well. I will find it for tomorrow.
Nobody got prepared for class.
I will.
Thanks, Chase. Alright, let's go ahead and go through the definitions. Okay, I'll give you the word, you say the definitions, and then make sure you study that tonight for homework, okay? Number 1, balmy. Good. Number 2, chafe. Good. Number 3, crevice.
Crack, cranny, chafe.
4, depreciate. Okay, number 5, hoard. Number 6, infinity. One more time. Boundlessness, endlessness. All right. Okay, number 7 is knack. 8, morose. Number 9, recess. And then number 10 is seethe. Okay, make sure you guys are studying that for your quiz tomorrow. Okay, all right, go ahead and put that away. Take out your grammar books and turn to your homework. Page 168 in the green book, page 209 in the blue book. Chase and I have 2 spelling books. Extra prepared for class, actually. All right. Huh? All right. Page 209 in the blue book, page 168 in the green book. Talking about recognizing proper adjectives. And this one should be pretty easy to spot, only because a lot of our proper adjectives begin with what, class? A capital letter. So let's go ahead and go over these. Okay. Number 1, we already did, right? And number 2 as well. Jason and Tally visit the Roman capital, and then Jason prefers Italian pasta, right? So let's do number 3, okay? Tell me what is a proper noun and a proper adjective, what you have there. Aaron? Okay, proper adjective is an American. Okay, Grandma Moses is my entire proper noun. That's her name. Okay, Grandma Moses. Number 4, Mr. and Mrs. Cottle went on an Alaskan cruise last June. What do you have there? Natalie? Good. That's all you did? Underline June. That's the name of a month. Okay. Number 3 in the blue book, Peter Paul Rubens, a Flemish artist, painted Daniel in the Lion's Den. Jasmine, what do you have there? Good. Good. Okay. What else would you do there? A proper noun. Are there any other things that begin with a capital letter? Good, because that is a name of a picture, a painting. Okay? Number 4 in the blue book, many old homes in Virginia are examples of Georgian architecture. Jason? Good. Underline Virginia, circle Georgian. Number 5 in the green book, the Shakespearean tragedy Othello deals with the themes of jealousy and revenge. John?
Circle brush, circle Shakespearean, and underline Othello.
Okay. Why would you circle the?
Because that's A-M verb adjective.
Okay. Proper adjectives. Okay. The only reason why it's capitalized is because it's the beginning of a sentence. It's not the name of a proper adjective there. Okay. Yes, I would circle Shakespearean and I would underline Othello. Number 5, persons of Scandinavian ancestry are often blue-eyed and blonde. Okay. Hudson? Oh no, wrong book. Ari, give me what you have there. I would circle it because it's saying what kind of ancestry. Scandinavian. Okay. Next, Canadian butter tarts are a specialty item at the Spotted Cow Cafe. Hudson? Good. Underline the Spotted Cow Cafe, circle Canadian. Good. Number 7. Sue Smith and her friend Melody were excited to act out the parts of bored American tourists in Europe in the adaptation of Mark Twain's Innocents Abroad. Okay, it's a pretty long one, so let's see what you got there. Brianna?
Underline Sue Smith, Melody, and Europe, and circle American and Mark Twain.
Okay. There's one more thing we need to underline there. Innocents Abroad. Why?
Because it's the name of a book.
It is the name of a book. So name of a book we capitalize, so that would be a proper noun. Okay. Number 6, Greek architecture was often copied by the Romans. Joey? Why would I underline it? It's a noun. So what would you do if you don't underline it? Circle it. It's saying what kind of architecture? Greek architecture. Good. Okay, what else did you do there? Anything else that begins with a capital letter? Romans. Is that a noun or an adjective? It is a noun, so would you underline it or circle it? Underline it. Good. Number 7. Ionic, Doric, and Corinthian columns were frequently used in Greek and Roman architecture. Let's go with Elias. What did you do there? Good. Good. You would circle those. What else? Okay, I would circle Roman. All right, so it's saying what kind of architecture? Greek architecture and Roman architecture. Okay, all of those are circled. Good. Number 8, in the Greek city of Athens, one can see the ruins of the Parthenon and the Acropolis. Jaden, what would you do there?
Circle Greek.
Good.
Underline Athens.
Good.
And circle. How do you?
Parthenon. Would I circle it?
Underline it.
I would underline it. Class, what's the Parthenon? Does anybody know? It's a building, or Micah? Okay. Just kind of like one of the marketplaces that they had in Greek culture is the Parthenon. So I don't know if you've ever seen like a bunch of columns with like the little roof on top. I don't know if you've ever seen Hercules maybe, where he like knocks down all the columns there. So that's kind of like what the Parthenon looks like. And the Acropolis as well, you would underline that, okay? Number 9, 8 in the blue book. Traditional Scottish dress includes bright tartan plaids to distinguish family clans. Let's go with Let's go with Bella.
Circle traditional stuff.
Why would I circle traditional? Right, but it's not a proper adjective. Here's why, okay? It's just the title, beginning of a sentence, okay? You need to circle proper adjectives that are specific adjectives that do begin with a capital letter, like Hawaiian, Roman, like any cultures that are the names of stuff, okay? But if it's just the beginning of a sentence, it's not a proper adjective, okay? So circle Scottish, good. Anything else there? No, good. Number 9, when you went to Greece, Dexter, did you eat souvlaki, moussaka, or baklava? Asked Mary. How many guys have ever had baklava? It's actually pretty good. Okay? Huh? It's because you're not cultured, Cody. Just kidding. Just kidding. But why don't you give me that one, Cody? Any nouns, like proper nouns, proper adjectives in that sentence? Give me all the proper nouns.
For which number? Or no, number one.
For number 9.
Circle Greece.
Why would I circle it? What's that describing?
Underline Greece.
Good,
Underline Dexter.
good.
Circle. I can't pronounce the word actually.
So we're doing all proper nouns and proper nouns and proper adjectives. What do those begin with? Capital letters. So we don't need to do any of those names. But what's the last proper thing that we have there? Mary, which would be a proper what? Noun. So we would underline it. Class, any proper adjectives there? Yes or no? No. Good. Number 9. Hudson, a Dutch explorer, discovered one of the biggest bays on the North American coast. Okay, who has this one? Jasmine? Okay. Good. Underline Hudson. That's actually, even though this is the beginning of a sentence, it is a name there. Okay, so we do underline it. Dutch, I would circle. North American, I would circle. Okay, I'm just going to go through these quickly and make sure you have them. Okay, number 10, I did answer Dexter. I would underline Dexter. But the best food we had on vacation was in a little German town where we had schnitzel. Okay, German is circled there. Dexter is underlined. Spartan males were inducted into military service at the age of 7. I would circle Spartan. That's all I do there. Number 11, American Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals in track and field. Owens' Olympic record was not broken for 48 years. I would circle American, underline Jesse Owens. I would circle Owens, the showing possession there. I would also circle Olympic, saying which record, the Olympic record. That's all I do there. Number 11, a lengthy poetic drama entitled Saul was written by Canadian Charles Heavy Siege. Okay, so I would underline Saul, circle Canadian, underline Charles, and his last name there. Number 12, in the Green Book, many of the most famous monuments and buildings of Washington, D.C. include the White House and the Lincoln Memorial are examples of neoclassical architecture. I would underline Washington, D.C., underline White House, underline Lincoln Memorial, because those are names of the buildings. I would not circle neoclassical, even though it is an adjective, because it is not a proper adjective. Okay. Number 12, in the Blue Book, Ramses I was one of the most powerful Egyptian pharaohs. I would underline Ramses I, circle Egyptian. Number 13, I would circle Chilean, and I would underline South America. Number 14, I would circle Huguenot because it's describing settlers. I would underline France, and I would underline God. I would underline in number 15 the Gobi Desert, and then circle Asian. Okay? All right, go ahead and turn the page to distinguishing adjectives from nouns and pronouns. Page 169 in the Green Book. Page 210 in the Blue Book. Okay? All right, let's read about it, okay? Distinguishing adjectives from nouns and pronouns, okay? Number 1, the following kinds of words, which may normally be called nouns or pronouns, can function as adjectives, kind of what we've been doing in the past, okay? So nouns and pronouns can be used as adjectives as well. So we're going to have to look at the context in order to recognize what they're being used as there, okay? For example, Richard's report card, Madison's solo, Christmas dinner, car race, okay? Obviously, Richard can be used as a noun. Madison is the name. It could be used as a noun. Christmas dinner, okay? Christmas, it's not saying that there is possession there and it's not change there that might tell us that it's different. So it's still Christmas. So if there is a noun that comes after Christmas, then we know it's used as an adjective there. For example, I love Christmas. Okay, in that sentence, Christmas would be a noun. All right, I love Christmas dinner. Okay, it's saying what kind of Christmas or what kind of dinner? Christmas dinner. So that's how we need to kind of tell the differences between nouns and pronouns. Okay, possessive pronouns. We already learned about that. My book, her desk, his dog, their minivan. Okay. All of those can also be used as pronouns, which we already saw in the previous unit, right? So we need to look at how those are possessive pronouns. Okay, how do, how do we know that pronouns are used as adjectives? What do they describe, class? What do adjectives describe? Nouns and pronouns, okay? So if we have the word her, obviously that is a pronoun as well. But if it's saying her book, okay, it's saying whose book, it's her book. We know that her in that case is an adjective. So that's what we're doing here. Number 2, you cannot tell what part of speech a word is until you determine its function in a sentence, okay? So just like in our nouns and pronouns unit when we were determining what they were being used as, whether it's the DO, whether it's the IO, OP, PN, okay? You have to tell the part of speech. So kind of what we've been doing since the beginning of the year. You need to find the verb first. You need to find the subject. Then you need to find any complements. And then after you find the main uses of each main function, then you can tell, okay, is something acting as an adjective? Is something acting as this pronoun? Okay? So you have to tell what the part of speech is before you can determine if it's a noun or an adjective. Okay? Or adjectives between nouns and pronouns. So let's practice it. Okay? Number 1. In exercise A, you're going to identify the part of speech of the italicized word. Okay, write noun for pronoun, or noun for noun, N for noun, pro for pronoun, and then ADJ for adjective. Okay? So it's going to give you an italicized word. Let's look at number 1 in the green book. The first cell phone call was made on April 3rd, 1973. Class, what's my verb here? Was what? Was made. Who or what was made? Call. So we found my subject and my verb. So what would cell phone be, class? An adjective describing call. Good. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. Class, what's my verb there? Is. Good. Okay, so what would strong be? Or let's find my subject there. Who or what is? Race. Okay, race is. All right, what would be to the swift, class? What kind of phrase would that be? Good. Okay, a prepositional phrase. What did you say, Ari? Okay, a prepositional phrase. So, what would to the strong be, class? Prepositional phrase. So, what is strong? Is that a noun, pronoun, or an adjective there? It is a noun. Strong is the noun. Good. Number 2 in the green book. That first mobile phone had a battery life of only 22 minutes, and the phone weighed almost 2.5 pounds. Okay. What's my verb here, class? Had. What's my second verb? Weighed. Good. Okay, so what's my subject of had, class? Who or what had? Phone had. What did the phone have? Life. Okay, so what would that be, class? Adjective, pronoun, or noun? Class, anybody? What would that be since we're finding the italicized word? We already had our subject, and our verb, and our complements. So since that is not any of those, what would that be? Sorry? It is an adjective. It's saying which phone? That phone. Okay? Number 2 in the blue book. Those who obtain riches by labor, care, and watching know their value. Class, what's my verb here? Those who obtain riches by labor, care, and watching know their value. Know is my verb. Who or what know? Those know. What do they know? Value. So what is their, class? It is an adjective showing whose value? Their value. Good. Okay. Number 3. That was cut in half by the time the first commercial cell phone, weighing just over 1 pound, was made available to the public in 1983. Okay? What is my verb here, class? Okay. Good. Who or what was cut? That. All right, so that's my subject, but is that naming a specific thing, class? No, so what would it be? Noun or pronoun? Pronoun, okay? If it was a noun, it would have something else there, like battery life was cut in half. But that is a pronoun replacing that, all right? Number 3, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That is a Bible verse, guys. So my yoke is easy and my burden is light. What's my verb in the first part of the sentence, class? Is. Who or what is? Yoke is. Yoke is what? Easy. What's my subject and my verb in the second part of the sentence? Burden is. Burden is who or what? Light. So what would that be, class? Is it? Okay. Is light describing a burden, or is it renaming the burden? It's describing, so in this case it is a predicate adjective. Okay? But it is still an adjective. Okay? Predicate adjectives are still adjectives. Okay? Number 4. The first American mobile phones cost about $4,000. Class, what's my verb here? Cost. Who or what cost? Phones cost. Good. So what would American be? An adjective. American is describing phones. Number 4, he that oppresses the poor reproacheth his maker. Again, another Bible verse here. What's my verb? Reproacheth. Who or what reproacheth? He reproacheth. He reproacheth what? Or who? Maker. So what would his be, class? Adjective describing whose maker? His maker. All right? So we're finishing the exercise here. For those of you in the blue book, you only have to go up to number 10. Okay? Up to number 10 because there's only 10 in the green book. So for those of you in blue book, 1 through 10, finish that for tonight. You're studying for your quiz tomorrow. And then for Friday's homework, you were to read page 318 to 326. Make sure you finish that story. We'll discuss the sinking of the Titanic tomorrow. Okay? So there may or may not be a quiz, so make sure that you finish that story. All right, page 318 to 326. Any questions? All right. Let's go ahead and go over one more thing that I want to talk about today is page number 171 in the book. Okay, so page 171 in the, the green book, and then recognizing predicate adjectives on page 212. Okay, there's not going to be any homework, obviously, on this page since you guys have homework on page 169. But let's talk about predicate adjectives. Okay, I know it wasn't an option in the blue book already. But since we already have gone over predicate nominatives, the concept of predicate adjective should be pretty easy. Yes. We're almost done with this lesson, okay? So predicate adjectives. So just kind of like what we did in that blue book where we were like, is light a noun? Is it an adjective? Predicate adjectives, rather than renaming the subject, kind of like what predicate nominatives do, predicate adjectives describe. Okay? So with P ends, what kind of verb do those follow, class? Action or linking? Linking. So with predicate adjective, you're still going to have a linking verb. Only in this case, rather than renaming the subject, remember with predicate adjectives, we have the subject equals the predicate nominative. Mr. Brown is the teacher, okay? Best would actually be a predicate adjective there. So Mr. Brown is the teacher, okay? So teacher equals Mr. Brown, okay? So teacher would be predicate nominative, okay? So if we were to change Mr. Brown is the best, okay? The best is describing Mr. Brown, okay? It's saying which Brown? The best Mr. Brown, okay? So that's how we would do predicate adjectives there. Predicate adjective is an adjective that follows a linking verb, modifies, or describes the subject. Predicate adjectives may be compound, just like predicate nominatives can be compound. Predicate adjectives are sometimes called subject complements. They always follow linking verbs, okay? That's just something we already know that. They always follow linking verbs. To find the predicate adjective, first locate the verb, then ask the questions what or how. Okay? So let's do page 171 and page 212 together in class, and then we will be done for today. All right? Numbers 1 through 15. All right? Number 1, underline the linking verbs twice. Number 2, underline the subjects once. Pretty simple. Circle each predicate adjective. Okay? So anything that modifies the subject back to the subject, okay, we're circling here. Let's do number 1 together. Okay, the center on our basketball team is tall and lanky. Class, what's my subject and my verb here? Okay, center is what? Tall and lanky. I would circle tall and lanky because those are my predicate adjectives. Okay? Number 1, I am grateful to God for saving my soul. Okay, what's my subject and my verb, class? I am what? Grateful. Grateful is my predicate adjective describing I. Okay? So that's what we're doing here. Make sure you find the subject and the verb, then circle any predicate adjectives. Chase, make sure you're working on it, okay? All right, who has number 2? Kasha is very pretty. Natalie? Good. Kasha is my subject and my verb. What's my predicate adjective? Pretty. Pretty is my PA. Good. Number 2, the wisdom of any mere creature is unequal to that of God. Joey, subject and verb? Not creature. Who or what is? Not creature. Because of any mere creature is my prepositional phrase. So what's my subject there? The what? What's my second word? Wisdom. That's the whole subject of this. The wisdom is who or what? Or what or how? Joey? What's my PA? What's my predicate adjective? What's describing my subject? The wisdom is unequal. Good. That's my PA. Number 3, I'm sorry. The piano solo was quite intricate. Subject and verb. Tyler? Solo was what? Intricate. Intricate is my PA. Number 3, the countenances of God's children should be radiant. Subject and verb here. Jasmine? Okay. Should be is my verb. Radiant is my PA. Number 4, the chocolate was creamy and smooth. Class, subject and verb? Class? Chocolate was PA. Creamy, smooth. After After the rain, the air smelled clean and fresh. What's my subject and verb there? Bella? Air smelled what? Or how? Good. Clean, fresh. Both of those are my PA. Number 5, the ending of the book grew more and more exciting. Subject and verb here, class. Ending grew. Ending grew what or how? Exciting. Exciting is my predicate adjective describing ending. Number 5, this week of lectures on Genesis has been stimulating. Class, what's my subject and verb there? Week has been, good Ari. Week has been what? Stimulating, PA. Number 6, the homemade strawberry jam tasted amazing. What's my verb and subject there? Chase? Good. Who or what tasted? Good. Jam tasted what? Or how? Amazing. Amazing is my PA. Number 6, the trail leading to the top of the falls was rough and steep. Destiny, what's my subject there? What's this whole sentence talking about? Trail. What's my verb here? The word right before it. Okay, class, what's my verb here? Number 6, the trail leading to the top of the falls was rough and steep. Trail is my subject. What's my verb? Was. Okay, what's my PA, or what are my PAs? Rough, steep. Number 7, the students remained thoughtful. Subject and verb, class. Students remained what or how? Thoughtful is my PA. Number 7 in the blue book, by investing in property, she is being financially wise. Jason, subject and verb. She is, she is being what? Wise. Wise is my PA. Number 8, this does not seem right. Hudson, subject and verb. Does seem is my verb. Who or what does seem? This. What's my PA? Right. Good. Number 8. Before the storm, the air seemed heavy and still. Bella, subject and verb. Air seemed what or how? Heavy and still. Both PAs. Number 9. The sky remained a blushing pink for several minutes after sundown. Subject and verb there, class. Sky remains what or how? Pink. Okay, the pink sky, describing that. Number 9, Christians grow strong and wise through tribulation. Elias, what's my subject and my verb there? Christians grow. How or what do they grow? Strong and wise. Good. Number 10, the path down to the shore was rocky and uneven. Subject and verb there. Erica? Path was what or how? Rocky, uneven, both are my PAs. The audience became restless and inattentive. Let's go with Jasmine, subject and verb there. Audience became what or how? Restless and inattentive, those are my PAs. Number 11, Dale appeared calm. Aaron, subject and verb. Dale appeared what or how? Calm, calm is my PA. Number 11, a leisurely walk on a summer night is enjoyable. Subject and verb there, class. Walk is what or how? Enjoyable. Enjoyable is my PA. Number 12, the air smelled dank near the swamp. Ew. Number 12, what's my subject and my verb, class? Air smelled what or how? Dank. Number 12, the stars in the sky remained brilliant all evening. Subject and verb, class. Stars remained what or how? What was it? Brilliant. Okay, brilliant is my PA. Number 13, the plot became clearer at the end of the mystery novel. Class, subject, and verb. Plot became what or how? Clearer. Number 13, the one true God is holy and perfect. Class, subject, and verb there. God is what or how? Holy and perfect. The little child stayed quiet during the recital. Class, subject, and verb. Child stayed what or how? Quiet. Number 14, for those of you in the blue book, good Christians are kind and helpful to those about them. Subject and verb. Christians are what or how? Kind and helpful. God is holy and trustworthy. What's my subject in my verb class? God is what or how? Holy and trustworthy. Good. Okay. So make sure you're studying for your vocab, finish your story, sinking of the Titanic, and then finish your grammar, the exercise A. Okay. All right. You guys are dismissed.